Now, some of Nigeria's best track and field athletes at home and abroad have converged on Lagos for the next 3 days for the National Athletics Trials to compete for places in the country's team to next month's World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan. The trials are also being used by Athletics Federation of Nigeria to select athletes who will constitute Team Nigeria for the CAA Region 2 Senior Athletics Championships later this month in Accra, Ghana, in addition to the contingent for the 2025 Islamic Solidarity Games scheduled for November in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. All right, sports correspondent Akerejola joins me now from Roy Park, Yaba, Lagos for an update. I'm told he's not at the backpack anymore. He now joins us live from our studios in Lagos. Hello, Aaron.
Yes, good evening to you, Adesu.
Good to see you.
It's good to be here today. We've left Yaba, and it's good to be here in the studio.
Right, so big support for Nigerian athletics from our own chairman and editor-in-chief, Nduka Obagbena. Tell us about this and what impact it's likely to have.
All right, for those that do not know, a lot of people will probably look at him and say, oh, he supports just political causes. And over the years, we've actually seen him invested heavily in sports, because you look at the fact that every major event since 2018, officially when I joined the Rise, till date, we've actually been at major championships, from the World Cup to the Nations Cup to the Olympics to the All-African Games. Just name it, we've been there. But not just for the men, but also for the women. And this time around, we decided that why not just take it a step further by injecting cash and mileage and visibility into the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, who at this moment are not at their highest ebb. And that's exactly what he decided to do. Put his money where his mouth is, and it is bearing major fruit, because I must actually tell you, the competition we've actually seen from these lords who have gathered here in Lagos over the next 2 days right now are simply gratifying, because looking from the sidelines and just watching these athletes go through their routines, one thing is certain: if platforms like this are not created, how do these athletes get the opportunity to shine like a million stars? The Favor Phillips story tells a sub story about how Nigeria has literally neglected its own, but with narratives being crafted by the chairman of Arise News and the editor-in-chief of This Day. This is changing the narrative and opening sports more up to the private sector, because this will spur more private sector involvement in sports, and it can only get better. It can only get better.
Indeed, Aaron, we've seen so much attention on football, but not so much on other sports in the country.
Yes, and that's the exciting thing about this, because everyone wants to go for the low-hanging fruits. Football is that particular commodity in sports that you easily want to identify with, you easily want to back, and you easily want to throw your nairas into. But athletics, you and I know this, we've actually been able to groom some of the finest on the continent, not just in Nigeria, because when you start talking about the Florians or Magbemis of this world, what's actually fellow now. When you look at Marion Yali, for example, and when you look at Choma Juwa, all these people have one thing in common: they grew in from the ranks to the top. And Nigeria at a certain time dominated track and field, but right now that is not the case. And Prince Nduka Obagbena has decided that why not allow us to roll back the hands of time and get back to that particular summit where we've always dwelled in time past, and be able to capture our thunder once again. Yeah. Let's put wind in their sail.
All right.
And that's exactly what he has done. And I must tell you, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria are very grateful, and they've not stopped singing his praise about that particular investment. Because this is not just about putting in money. Yeah. This is also about saying that Arise News, go there and ensure you give this massive and holistic coverage.
Fantastic. No pun intended, Aaron, but we have to run. Aaron Akerejola, sports correspondent, Rise News.